I think we all have those moments where we're just too tired to do anything and all we want to do is laze around. I know that feeling, and one of the best remedies to that for me is finding super wholesome and relaxing anime that I can just sit down and watch in one sitting. Stuff that helps me relax and feel better. Relaxing anime is the way to go in a lot of ways. I watch relaxing anime a lot of the time after I've gone on a massive serious anime binge, stuff like what I'm doing now with all sorts of shonen anime I've been watching, because sometimes you just get too overwhelmed in the characters' emotions and you need some wholesome slice of life anime to set you back and rest your brain and prepare for some more serious anime. I would highly recommend using the method that I use when it comes to this feeling, which is, if you start feeling like an anime you are watching feels like a slog to get through, just take a small break from it and watch 1 or 2 slice of life anime to reset your brain and get you back in the right mindset to continue the series. I've had to do this with Inuyasha, which I'm currently watching. I like the anime, but man has it been a slog to get through. I'll go more in depth in a video about this series, hopefully coming out soon, but I've had to take some breaks from this series and just relax on some slice of life anime because of how hard it has been to sit through despite the fact that I really like the series. Relaxing slice of life anime might actually be my favorite genre of anime because no matter how many I watch, I will always know that I will have a good time and be able to relax a lot, which I really love. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a few series that I feel like can help anyone reset their brains and just have a really good time watching these shows. Because a good show isn't always about having good character development or an amazing story. Sometimes a good show can be just a show that helps you relax and make you just feel good, which is something that you have to respect about the slice of life genre's ability to do so. So for anyone who might be worried about getting into slice of life because nothing happens in the show, then don't worry. That's the point. These shows are meant to be consumed so you can just have a good relaxing time and nothing more. So we don't need those fancy stories or characters that go along with the big anime series because that wouldn't help you relax. Alright, so first on the list of series I want to talk about is The Order of Rabbit. This series is a perfect sit down and relax kind of show. There isn't this big overarching story and there isn't a lot of stuff that happens in this series. One of the best things about this series is the characters. The characters in this series are amazing. They're fun, cute, and have great personalities. This series is the perfect series if you are looking for a series to just sit down, relax, and have a good time. However, there is something about this series that makes it different from the other 2 series that I'm going to talk about later in this video, and that is that this series does have a few more somber moments in it to help you understand the characters and like them even more. The Order of Rabbit is one of those series you just have to check out for yourself. I said there was no overarching story, but that's not to say there isn't a story at all, because there is. It's just really slow and takes a back burner to the more wholesome moments of the series. You know, the art style for the series is also really cute and gets you into the series a lot, and the animation is weirdly really good. Despite the type of series this is, it really helps to get you into the series and to like the series and the characters a lot more. I'm going to say it because the series has an almost fictional vibe to it. The world is super cool to see. The little town inspired by what looks to be both France and Italy is awesome. I'm pretty sure this series takes place in the real world, but that town is just super cool and makes a nice backdrop for the series as we go forward, and it really helps to enhance to see how we see the characters and their interactions. This series is my favorite slice of life anime for sure. It's wholesome, has great characters, actually has a story that can be completed, and it's just overall a really relaxing anime to sit down and watch. So I highly recommend that if you want to start getting into slice of life anime, or if you're just trying to relax and haven't actually watched this series, to do so, because you won't be disappointed when you do. I promise you that much. Alright, and the next one on this list is an anime that is the definition of relaxing. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen something from this series before, and that series is Yuru Camp. This series is a pure definition of relaxing. It is one of the best anime to just sit down, watch, and have a good time. Most people like to go camping to get away from everything and to help relax themselves, and that is exactly what this anime does. It explores the camping scene in Japan, specifically winter camping. It teaches you a lot about camping and the type of gear used in camping. It also shows you how to make food while you're camping. It honestly is a really cool thing to explore and see. The characters in this series really help to make this series so lovable. They have awesome personalities, and it really just helps to expand upon the overall series, which I really like. This series is probably the most relaxing anime in existence. There's just nothing not relaxing about this anime. One of the coolest things about this anime is that alongside the characters, we get to explore some really cool areas in Japan that aren't super well known outside of the country. A lot of these places are super beautiful and really add to the experience of this anime. The music might be the greatest thing about this series, as it literally sets the mood and helps you relax alongside the characters and just makes everything come together nicely. And the comedy enhances the experience because it just makes it feel like it's a bunch of friends going camping and having a good time, and to be fair, it is, but it really adds to that experience. Everything about Yuru Camp just works really well and makes me want to see more of the series, because having an anime that I can just sit down watch solely for the purpose of relaxing is one of the greatest things ever. Yuru Camp is a really amazing anime and is the anime I recommend the most if you are looking to relax and nothing more, because that is exactly the kind of experience you will have when watching this anime. Alright, it's time to talk about the last series I want to mention, and another really amazing example of an anime you should watch solely for the purpose of relaxing, NonNonFiori. This series is amazing for a lot of reasons. The first one being is that it takes place in the countryside, so anybody from a similar area can relate to the series. But the characters, because it is a small town in the countryside, all feel so close to each other, like they've really known each other forever, and it just makes the interactions a lot nicer. All the characters feel like real kids just going around and having fun with what they can do in their hometown. NonNonFiori has a knack for getting you really invested in absolutely nothing, and in the case of this series, that is amazing. It allows you to just sit back, relax, and have a good time watching kids play around in their hometown. The animation for this series also looks really good and really helps you to get more into the series. But honestly, the animation isn't the highlight. The art is. The background specifically. They really give off that hometown countryside feel, and I love that, especially since I come from a small town in the middle of nowhere as well. Even if you don't come from a small town, there is still plenty you can take from this series as long as you had a childhood, which I'm sure everyone watching this video has. NonNonFiori is one of those series you discover and know nothing about, only to later learn what type of series it is and just what kind of good time you can have while watching this anime. I recommend you give this series a go if you want to have a nice and relaxing time with weirdly well written characters, some nice comedy, and a really nice setting that for some could remind you of home. I love relaxing anime. They're some of the best types of anime out there because you don't have to get super invested in anything. You can just watch them and wind down from a long tiring day. These series are really great if you watch them in moderation. So like, you can watch one series I recommended in this video now, and then later after you've watched 3 or 4 more serious anime, you can come back and check out another one of the series. And you'll see just how much it helps you to relax and prepare yourself for another long stretch of more serious anime.